how shitty they are.
They are shitty, but this is from Amazon. It cost me $2.
Yeah.
I got 2 of these for $6.
But the
my
braiding looks good.
Because my cats eat them.
And do you know why they're no good?
No.
Because there's no there's no hold on the connection.
We got the plans cause we are the tech shamans. We understand cause we are the tech shamans.
Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah.
Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans.
Cool.
Hey, good morning,
Hey,
everybody.
Morning, everyone.
Welcome to the Tech Shaman Show. Hey, this is episode 12.
All right.
I think I'm the only one without a coffee.
Thursday. Yeah, you are the only one without a coffee. What's up with that,
That's
bro?
sad. That's really
You drink
sad.
coffee? I've never seen you with coffee.
I'm sorry, I'm already done. I already drank it this morning.
Coffee is good for you. How can you not? I have this all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. This thing right here.
I have a
All day long. It just constantly gets filled.
See, that's good. It's iced coffee.
No.
Oh.
I don't drink
Vodka?
cold coffee. Well, we can't take. Look, it's coffee, Eric. Let's not push the realm here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We don't want people to know the secrets. You know what I'm
Coffee
saying?
by Jack Daniels.
Yeah, exactly. This is called Captain Coffee.
Captain Coffee.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, if everybody saw the post that we did this morning, it's when is it time to when in our life do we say we have too much technology? And you can't say never.
Never. And
because there comes a point in time.
And I'm not allowed to say never.
Nah, yeah.
I mean, as much as I would, I'm just saying, it gets to a point where you got to go, enough's enough. I want to get unplugged. So when is it okay for Big Brother to watch versus Big Brother to control? Because that's where it's going.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not, to me, it's not
and
good.
how much ownership do you actually have of your stuff? For instance, one of the things that we got talking about this, which is Tesla came out with their new software update, and it has a number of things it can do, and it changed a couple of things on your screen and everything like that. And
were you talking Tesla, the car?
So if I paid my $90,000 car, I have the screen that looks like a big iPad like this on it, and they rearranged some stuff, and there was a bunch of people on the forums that were like, I don't like this is the way this is rearranged. And Tesla's answer was so bad, we don't care.
Wait a minute, you have a Tesla?
No.
I was gonna say,
my Tesla.
Really? I was going to say, you just became my new best friend. Can I drive it?
I'm looking at Teslas, but I do not have one yet. So
I look at them all the time going, why?
It's the most well, the other thing is the Tesla platform. They have an 8-year unlimited mileage guarantee, and so
really,
yeah. So I know 2 people. The reason this came up is I know 2 people who are one's in New York, one's in Norway, and another guy's in California, and they use their $100,000 Tesla S's for taxis and Uber. And
what?
Because the platform that platform that Tesla runs on is basically you could put 500,000 miles on that drivetrain, and they're saying it's no problem. And
wow.
The one guy has 300,000 miles on his drivetrain. They've replaced a couple controllers and things like that. But he said that he runs, it's expensive, but it's cheaper than putting new engines or buying new cars, and he did the math. And so some of these software, the thing is, that's what we're talking about with is you have 500,000 miles on a drivetrain, over 8 years, no problem. But that's the whole thing is you're constantly updating software to make it run differently and check it and all these other things. And what what do you give up?
So
You know.
what happens if you're in the middle of the desert and it goes, oh, update needed? You just pull over?
Well, no, that's actually on.
It's like, hey, can't go anywhere. Gotta update.
Well, on Tesla's software support site, they actually say you are basically, it says, hey, we got to update the software, dude, and you go, hey, I'm near a Wi-Fi place and I have about 20 minutes or an hour or whatever it said. It'll tell you what it takes. It doesn't do it automatically.
Okay.
But it will do it automatically if you click a button and then plug it in at night. So at 2 a.m. it'll automatically update your
itself.
software.
Just like your PC.
Yeah, just like
Never,
your PC.
never turn it off.
Yeah. Well,
Does that drain the battery?
well, here's the scary part: is
saying.
Tesla? No, you can turn your Tesla off. Tesla can turn your
Tesla on.
Tesla on, and it does. It
So
sends-
you really don't own your car.
You
You're
actually-
just borrowing
Actually,
it from Tesla.
Here's the other thing on Tesla is you actually don't own you don't own that platform. And there's a big thing like I have a 69 Porsche and I can do whatever the hell I want to because if I want to put a new engine in it, if I want to put new tires on it, if I want to whatever I want to do,
Right.
I can do that because I just cut a wire and move my stuff. Tesla, I signed a thing if I bought a Tesla that says I can't modify a car or I can't take a salvage Tesla and
Wait. You can't change the tires on a Tesla?
you can change whatever you want on a Tesla, but like the software,
You can't monkey with it.
I can't technically. You will break the user just like Microsoft. You know, it's like if you
will break the
hot
user
rod your thing, you break
experience.
the user whatever it is.
Really?
There's a big kind of underground economy of Teslas of salvage Teslas. They get wrecked,
Right.
and they get bought.
Refurbished.
Theoretically, Tesla is against their service agreement to say, I want to buy a Tesla from an auction for $900 and put it back into service once it's been salvaged. They don't sell you parts. You have to get parts from most of the people who salvage Teslas will
Right.
buy 2 or 3 of them for whatever
Who's got
it is.
that kind of money?
Well, if you
Well, I guess if you can go buy one,
an
you can buy
S
as
is
many as you want.
$90,000.
Yeah.
I just looked at a salvage Tesla that was wrecked really badly.
Mm-hmm.
It was about $2,200, and I would have to just scoop
Wow.
it onto a part, and then. But you would to put that car back together. I would have to buy 3 of those cars for about $15,000 to $16,000
Each.
No, that's total.
Oh, okay.
So because they've all been wrecked, so you want a
And then
front
just-
rack and a back
you
rack.
got- so you have a
You're
Frankenstein.
Frankensteining a Tesla back together. But the technology
Yeah.
behind this, you're technically not allowed to do it.
Ah.
It says you can't. But Teslas, for instance,
But
So
technically,
can they- so-
technically you
on
didn't
their-
sign a service agreement if you're buying a used Tesla, so.
right? But
Yeah, but they can turn software off, right?
But that's the thing. What's happened to a couple of people who've done that is basically they've gone in and it's like a Microsoft thing. They've bricked it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
they can.
And like the software updates on Tesla will, basically it says, hey, how long do they take? Well, it's over Wi-Fi. It could take an hour. Can I drive my car? No. You cannot drive your car during a software update. We recommend
Wow.
you schedule your software updates when you don't need to drive the car.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I said, now this is me being me, but I was like, what if my car is updating at 2 a.m. and I get a kidney stone and I have to go drive myself to the hospital?
Yeah. Nope. 911.
Yeah.
Ambulance
Which would
ride.
be okay.
So does Tesla pay for that ambulance ride?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Do I need to restart my software? How do I confirm?
Oh my
Why do I get an
God.
update, see any changes?
Yeah. I'll stick to a good old Chevy.
Will my car?
But I go out there and start when it. Well, actually, I'll stick to a 1989 and down.
Yeah.
Because once 90 and up, they're all computerized and they have issues with them anyway.
96 and up, you got OBD too, so
Yep.
you can go.
You know who's been tracking our cars the longest? Geico.
Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know the little plug-in thing.
Oh, those
yeah,
are.
that.
I will tell everyone here to avoid those. I'm the internet guy. Don't use those plugins to think that you are going to get a savings.
No, because they're tracking your
There-
driving.
No, well, there are so many of just ancillary stories and a number of testing things that we actually did for another insurance company to
Yep.
kind of counteract their marketing. You will never
No, that's Progressive. Sorry, Progressive has
Progressive
the plug-in.
is the. You will never get a good driver score. Never.
No,
because
no.
if
You brake too hard, you start
brake
too hard.
if someone cuts you off,
Yep.
like we ran them on 2 vehicles for 3 weeks, and let me tell you, trying to drive like a grandfather and trying to get a good score on
Yep.
those, you can forget it.
Never happened.
We saw on almost every instant your rate would have gone up from where you were.
Right.
It's just you can't. Everyone thinks like I'm going to drive super safely, and I'm a soccer mom, and I'm going to do. Nah,
It's not gonna happen.
You are not. It's just in terms of just very random, unfair. We felt it was very unfair the way that they had it set up, because like you would kind of accelerate quickly, or you would stop. They don't ding you for like if someone pulls out and you slam on your brakes, but if you decelerate too fast. Like, basically, what they look at that is you are speeding.
And you're hitting a red light.
You're hitting a red light, or you're accelerating, or there's all kinds of things that they get you for. And so.
Well, it tells you your travel speed. It tells you your. And actually, it even goes. Well, you don't even take care of your vehicle.
Well, and Audi's just coming out with a thing that the tracking. They have the GLOSA. Green Light Optimized Speed Advisory, which is a technology that allows you to track. They track green lights, and they're trying to show you how to hit the most green lights of all the things in your car. And it actually is a heads-up display thing in your Audi.
That's awesome.
Coming
Actually, in a way, that's
within 5 seconds.
Yeah, they're like
speed up. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it.
It basically gives you.
And Progressive is like
it's
ding,
like a
ding,
drag
ding,
strip
ding, ding.
countdown. So it's like, hey, you're coming up, Alden Street. The light is green. You've only got 16 seconds before it turns red. So I'm gonna go a little faster.
Oh my God, that's great.
I just wait for somebody to get sued over that.
But yeah, so Progressive and OnStar.
OnStar, yeah.
OnStar has been tracking you since they put them in there, because the minute you have two-way conversation, any piece of equipment you put in your house or your home that has two-way conversation, you're being spied on. And if you don't understand that, then
Unless you didn't know the microphone was there.
well, how about that? So Nest. Let's talk about Nest real quick.
Yeah.
This is just going to be out because this is
Google?
all about. Huh?
Yeah,
You
Google.
mean Google, because
Yeah, I understand, but Nest is Nest.
Nest. If you don't know what this is, it is a small hockey puck that goes on your wall that replaces your thermostat, and basically is supposed to learn your habits and learn to control your temperature and
Alexa.
better. Yeah, exactly.
Siri.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. Well, this was kind of before that. This is the initial, like you come in and you're walking around, and it kind of actually that's what they wanted to do is like track motion in your house. And
Well, do they not understand that? Do people not get the fact that anything that can track, there's two-way conversation. Anytime there's a two-way communication system, you're being tracked. Period. That's why I unplugged Alexa. Oh yeah, I know.
I don't even have Alexa.
I actually am going back to as much as I love my air conditioning system. I don't have a Nest. I have a different version. I'm going back to the old style.
My girlfriend wouldn't even allow that to be installed.
Yep.
She was like, Wi-Fi, no.
Instead of our security system that I have wired, I'm just going to buy a big black dog and let it roam the property. Good luck.
Yeah.
You want to break in? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Yeah.
Because that dog will eat you.
135-pound Rottweiler.
I'm going to feed that thing.
No, you never
raw
feed
meat.
them.
No, raw meat and gunpowder. Yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing. It was the Nest Guard, which is the security system that was listening in. That had the microphone.
Okay, so Ring had the same problem. People were in the security offices were watching the cameras.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
not on a good way either. Going,
no,
hey,
it's just, hey, whatever I want.
They're watching. All they're watching is the garbage truck going by at my house.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but that means, but if you've got, because those Rings have audio and video, now, say you're in your house, and your wife are screaming at each other about who didn't do the underwear the right way, blah, blah, blah. Now they're listening to that shit.
Yeah, and they could theoretically call the police.
That's right. Or you got a TV show going on in your house.
Yeah.
And it's, you know,
Loud.
it's like,
Yeah.
kill them, blah, 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 blah. Well, next thing you know, police show up. Hey, we have a domestic dispute. No, we were watching TV.
Yeah.
They were paying attention to something they weren't supposed to be paying attention to.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a false negative,
Well,
right?
yeah,
False negative?
False
positive.
Yeah.
False positive.
Well, that's the thing. It's like with the Nest. The big thing is that as a marketing guy, I have a problem with the Nest stuff because it was not even, you know, if there is something that they spent money on in a system, as a marketing person, normally I'm the person to find out about those things first. Like if you want to market this cup or this iPad, you tell me all the things and I'll make up shit that is good about that. Like, oh my God, isn't this great? They can listen to you. You
Exactly.
know.
Yeah.
But they didn't say that, and none. I looked, and none of their marketing does it say like built-in microphone to help you sleep. They never mentioned it. And then when they got found out, they were like, well, we were going to say something, but, you know.
Yeah, well, we were going to do the software update, then let you know that we can go ahead and listen to you.
Yeah, after
After the fact.
well, the other part of it is after you spent your $299 and had it, and you can't return it to Home Depot anymore.
Exactly.
Now
But
it's doing something you don't like. It's just like the Tesla. It's like if they change the color to blue on your screen, you don't like it. Well,
Yeah.
you can give it back. You know.
So what assurance do the people really have that says, hey, I was not collecting data on your
There's
conversations?
no insurance at all.
None, and that's the thing. You know, I'm sure there'll be lawsuits and whatever it is, but you know that everyone's, you know, and then the other type of thing where, you know, if you're my parents, you're like, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you shouldn't worry about that because the government's there to save you. I'm like, well, no, not really. I work for the government, and I know that's not the case now. So, you know,
Yeah, Mike Blue's right. You know, and then also they want you. Then you turn around, they want you to install an app on your phone, so they can track you even more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so now
awesome.
they don't have to worry about just home. They can worry about, you know, where you go in the regular world, you know.
Yeah. Well, the other part of it is as a marketing person, I look at it as kind of monetizing. One of the things Mercedes did when they have software that you can do, you know, they have these cool touch screens on their cars, and you can do now they have a store on your phone, on your screen, and you can actually purchase upgrade stuff in your car. And it's designed to. It's a new feature. You can purchase optional features basically, like you can change the audio and some other things and stuff like that. And so it's
you know, not for nothing. That is pretty cool because those are like having factory you know, add-ons that you didn't want to pay for right away.
Right.
But you don't have to take it back to the dealer to have done.
You can for instance it's almost like a video game. Like, you know, when you're Nerd Talk.
Right.
One of the things that you can do with Mercedes is you can include performance tunes using over-the-air updates or safety systems that activate different sensors that the system may already have but you didn't want to pay for. Like, for instance, the 600 and the 500 series have all the guidance system and the pre-braking, but you have to pay. It's like a $6,000 upgrade.
This is Tesla?
No, this is Mercedes.
You
can
I
buy
can get that free on Hyundai.
Well, yeah. But,
Free. Go buy Hyundai.
But you could have a Mercedes.
It's huge.
Yeah. But that's and then you can buy extra different purchases and things like that from the thing. And then also, if you want from there, you could purchase like road stuff, like a cleaning kit or whatever. Click right on the thing.
No, that's pretty
So,
snazzy.
and then
I think that'd be cool.
I know a.
Hey, I think it's cool.
Well,
okay?
one of the things that they're doing is also I know a couple of people who are in that business who are trying to set up partnerships. So I could set up a partnership to click here, and for my $59 a month, I get unlimited washes at certain the dealership or wherever it is, or certain places that offer that. So that's the thing. So there's some benefits. However, it also, it also talks about, I'm picturing me driving like a lunatic and this Mercedes, and then a little thing popping up, and they're like, you seem to be driving like a psychopath. You might want to upgrade to the performance package.
You're not
we
set
got
up
advertisements coming up.
You're
now.
not set up for sport driving in this car.
You're driving awfully sporty, so why don't we go ahead and set you up with a sport package?
We notice you live on a dirt road. Would you like to upgrade your suspension today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you could.
You need the off-road package.
What you need to do is do it my way, which is, hi, I'm Mercedes. We noticed that you've been driving fast an awful lot. You could upgrade to this package, or we'll download all of your information to the local police department.
No.
Give it to them.
So now we got espionage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Click
Man,
here.
blackmail.
Click here to
From
install
Mercedes.
now. The Mercedes blackmail system coming to you, 2020.
Do you
And it
need an
pops-
attorney? We have one on.
Yes. Oh my
And
God.
it pops up as a warning that won't go away. Click, click. They got your picture showing up on the screen. It's
See,
good.
that's it. The rear camera system would detect the
Yeah.
flashing lights in your
Oh
thing,
my God,
and it
that's
would
right.
pop up on your screen that just says, "Here, connect live to an attorney." My client doesn't have anything to say to you, and he's on the screen.
Would you like to speak live to the police officer following you now? Would you like to explain to him what you're doing?
Do you want him to forward your ticket to your mailing address from your home or your business?
Yeah.
Whichever you want, we got it for you, bro.
All of a sudden, a Morgan & Morgan thing pops up and goes,
Hi, John here. Can I help you?
"Busted? Call now."
Oh, my
Ticket
God.
clinic.
See,
We
but
just
see,
received
they're-
notification that you ran that red light.
See, as much as we want to have all this technology, so we're basically saying, screw it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just, invade my life.
or-
I mean, they are, okay, so Big
Yeah.
Brother's been watching since, God, the 60s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. The
sure.
60s. And if you don't believe that, email me, techshamans@webeamtv.com, and I'll send you the articles. But now we've just completely made it easier.
Oh, yes.
Did you know, I watched this the other day, did you know that that we have right here, we have a seismic meter right here?
Yes.
In San Francisco, okay, they're trying to track, earthquakes and stuff like that.
Right.
So if you're on a phone system and every phone,
Yep.
feeds back to, especially if you're in the California area, feeds back immediately to the seismic, the ground shaker guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ground shaker guys.
You get, without your permission, they get that. And what they're trying to do for the San Francisco and the California area, anybody that's on a fault area, they want to make it where it will actually go, oh, by the way, earthquake's coming, take shelter. Which in a way is really cool, but hey, let me know.
Well,
Let me know. Let me know you're doing that.
They used to, when they started that program, I know some of the people who actually worked on some of those, and they started it as a crowdfunding type of thing, which was like almost a Pokemon Go, which is you're putting in your information, and then they go ahead and you say, yeah, collect all the seismic stuff, so even the small things, they'll be tracking, and it feeds it into like a Pokemon Go type server. So it's crowdfunding.
So read Mike Blue's comment. That's really good. All right, Will. See this issue like we are starting to see Facebook finally pushing back, saying the third-party apps are the ones who are crossing those privacy lines. Like Mercedes will say it's not them following, but in the fact the third party, who also does marketing, 300 companies. Now your information is in their hands, and you agree to those terms when you download the app. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and that you're totally right. I mean, that's the thing. There's a kind of the.
And if you don't download it, your car won't work.
Exactly.
Yeah, or it's like you're paying for the convenience. However, you still have an expectation of some privacy type of thing.
Some.
But you're absolutely right on the third party stuff. It's always that plausible deniability from the big company. It's like, oh, it's those guys that did that. So
Well, those guys did make the Messenger app.
Exactly.
Right.
That's Facebook made the Messenger app. And that Messenger app, the minute you put that on your phone or your tablet or your computer, you've just agreed to be watched and listened to.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Facebook making the underlying software, needed for these packages to run, then they wouldn't have been able to go any further
That's
than
correct.
that. So they have full control over their home platform. It is their platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's somebody else made it for them, and here I don't know anything about it, but here you go. Oh, thanks, man.
Oh,
This is
wow,
great.
yeah.
It's almost like sometimes I almost think that Facebook, for instance, that whole platform is getting like out of their control, out of their hands. They can't.
Well,
there's just no way they can manage so much and know everything that it does, and then it just takes somebody else that can manipulate it.
And via the lessons of MySpace is how long, what is the next Facebook, and then what's the security that's going to be in place?
I don't think you'll have another platform like Facebook come along.
No?
Nope, I don't.
Just because of the
size of Facebook.
size?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be different because MySpace came along and it's like, oh, okay. It was new. It's like Facebook said, okay, this is all the crap that MySpace did wrong. So let's fix all that and make it a better way.
Yeah.
Right? Because, stuff has come along that would have emulated Facebook, but as fast as it came along, it went away.
Yeah.
Which means either Facebook bought them and squashed it and just got rid of the technology. So because that's what you do. If someone comes along that's better than you, or you think it'd be better, you just buy them and then delete them, right?
I just don't think that most people are still in the mindset of like kind of the tech folks of like, this is a problem. Most of the people that I know that are on Facebook and things, they're not concerned about like kind of privacy. Like I just had a person yesterday, they had some ad come up on their Facebook feed, and they were talking about something else, a tent, and they were like all of a sudden, and they knew that they had searched something on their computer, but they knew that they didn't search anything on the phone, and yet there was an ad for outdoor stuff. But they kind of laughed it off. They were like, oh, it looks like Facebook's listening to me again. And I'm like, well, that's a thing,
Yeah.
That's
Amazon's buying all that data.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I've told this story like 1,000 times. My son and I, 2 years ago, we're talking about this whole. I think we even talked about on Nerd Talk back then too, about how everything's listening to us.
Oh yeah.
And so we sat in our studio in a control room, and we literally had all the computers on. We didn't have Messenger on. We made sure our phones were clean. Nothing around the background.
Wow.
Same thing, right? And so we started talking about porcupines. Oh, I'd love to have a porcupine.
Okay.
I think a porcupine would be so cool. Where do you get a porcupine? What does a porcupine
How
eat?
do you buy a porcupine? Yeah.
Within 6 hours, we started getting ads on Google, our phones, our tablets, our everything. Porcupine. Where can you buy a porcupine? Is it legal to have a porcupine?
Nice.
This is what porcupines. I mean, literally, and we were inundated for almost.
Soft and fluffy.
We were inundated for almost a week because we did it on purpose, and it was amazing how there it was.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Who in the right mind wants a porcupine?
And it's funny. They think they're being sneaky, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden people are catching, getting wise to this, and then they're seeing it, but where's the red flags, people?
Half of them don't even care.
No,
They don't even
We're not going to buy a porcupine today.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like the person who that would have alarmed me a whole bunch, but they
Get
were
us.
like, But the thing is, it's like look at, but also conversely, I sure like free Gmail because I can use. I mean, I have multiple Gmail, but I sure like that Google Drive that's free, and the other stuff
As
that's
they're reading
free.
your documents in there.
Yeah, I sure like my
freely.
email that I know they can read, and again, it kind of boils down to the well, if you're not doing anything wrong, then, well, yeah, but like, what if you're talking about the next great idea?
Right.
Or what if you're talking about
Guess what just got stolen?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or next great idea.
What if
Wow, I thought of that last week, and now it's a reality.
Yeah, and I go a little to the extreme, but what if you're talking about like breaking up with someone, or what if you're talking about like a divorce, or you know what
Why
you know,
is this divorce attorney showing up on my feed?
yeah, exactly.
or why is she getting?
Ah,
Because they
that's
know
what I
our
mean.
families.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They know who we not. They know who we talk to, who we don't talk
Next
to.
thing you know, ads start going to counseling going to your significant other. Yeah. So,
But so that's that's kind of an interesting mix is what, like you were talking about, what I want to one of our new goals that we're doing is I want to go on the Appalachian Trail, and it's a 6-month trip, and there's multiple ways of how to make that happen. And do you want to go and just get a map, or do you want to buy that Garmin that's $600 that can tell you all kinds of topography and stuff?
What do you need that for? You got this.
no.
Well, the
Not
Garmin
that way.
the Garmin has.
You gotta because when you lose internet connection and
I
you
know,
no
it's
longer have your
triangulated
maps,
through satellites.
forget
I
about
get
it.
that.
Yeah, and also the for instance, the Garmin, we've been researching it. The Garmin uses the Iridium platform, that's the stupid Iridium cell phone internet. Iridium is a company that does cell service through satellites. It's not awesome, and it's super expensive. However, they have a text plan for like $10 a month, and so using this Garmin, it'll navigate, but you can send all the text you want over the thing. But do you want that when I go hiking for 6 months and I'm supposed to be unplugged? Do I need
How are you gonna charge that
Do I
bad
need
boy?
this thing? It'll
Double A
last-
batteries?
Also it does take regular batteries, but the you stop every 7 days or so for a charge. You can get charging and stuff like that when you're on the trail, and so it'll last you about 30 days, and so you have to charge it. But full.
You going off the grid for 6 months? I don't see that happening.
Well, I don't see that happening either, but my girlfriend sees it happening a little bit more than I do. But I don't know if I could
Okay.
actually unplug for what I would do is I'm a photographer, and so I would do kind of a book deal with a couple of people who want some stuff, and I would take pictures for 6 months,
Right.
and then we would produce that. So they would sponsor me, but
My
being
brother did
unplugged
that.
from really
My brother did it.
cool.
Yeah, no.
No.
He lasted a week and a half.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See.
What you need to do?
We get a
is you
phone
need to
call,
leaves
"Come get
and
me."
Make sure you press them into books. That's the moneymaker.
There we go. Exactly. Yeah. Look
That's
for
awesome.
me. Look for me on Etsy.
Etsy. Etsy.
Yeah.
He's going to be placing his Etsy creations on the trail.
Yeah. Exactly. But but do we
Tell you
need,
what, Mike Blue's.
what
I'm not
level
trying to.
of
I'm not
stuff?
trying to interrupt
No, yeah,
Mike
what?
Blue. No, but he's got some really. So I can't read them all, but
Yeah,
people
what's he
need to
saying?
explain. I mean, Mike, you need to go read what Mike's saying, because Mike's actually spot on some of this stuff. It's
Cool.
really good. He's another guy. He's a friend of ours. He has
neat.
he's another production. He does his own vlog. He's big in the local area about going. He goes to Busch and Universal and
Oh,
Disney,
cool.
and he does an out and about thing, which is kind of really neat.
Nice. What's he saying?
Americans are so infiltrated with security, yet we are the least secure when it comes to credit cards and websites and
Oh,
payment
gosh, yeah.
platforms to fight the billion-dollar industry. So it's profitable for the U.S. to be compromised.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
All these
absolutely.
people are making money. It's like, what's the one that keeps your Social Security?
Credit. Yeah.
Credit card?
Equifax.
Lock. The
Well,
LifeLock.
LifeLock.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. That's all crap.
That's
Well, yeah.
And
because
then
they're not
Equifax came out with their own. You're like, so that's putting the wolf or the
Exactly,
in charge of the hen house.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't think so.
absolutely. Yeah. I love that.
It's their job to do that anyway.
Yeah. But
Period. It's their job.
However, it's the American way. Why can't I charge you if?
Yeah.
Why won't if I can get you to pay for something?
Just
why
do
would I
like
give it to
look.
you for
I'll
free?
bet you. You want to do like I do. Just keep your credit score in the shitter. Who the fuck? No one's gonna steal it.
Oh, yeah.
God, you want mine? You go for it, bro.
I fixed them because I don't have any money and my credit score is awful. And I feel actually bad for the people who would steal my credit.
If you can take mine and do something with it, hey, make sure you pay the bills and make it go up.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I'm hoping someone will steal my credit because then I can have a legitimate thing. Like, oh, all this stuff is bad.
Did you guys hear Albertsons is going against the man?
Really? What are
Really?
they doing?
Yeah, they joined forces with Microsoft.
Oh my God.
Albertsons?
Yeah, to do like.
I thought Albertsons went out of business.
Well, no, they're just number 2 grocery chain in the U.S. And
Well, they weren't doing two around here. They
Not
sucked
here.
out.
just not here.
Yeah.
They just joined with Microsoft to start utilizing the same kind of technologies as how stores run for the Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
So that whole same platform, they're using Microsoft. So kind of.
That'll be an interesting.
Yeah, that came out a couple days ago.
Awesome! Yay!
It's called a frictionless grocery shopping.
So it's the RFID thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. We were talking about on Thursday about Apple
Exactly.
pulling away from Intel, and I got some pushback back on that. 'Cause people were emailing, you know what you're talking about, blah blah. And then what happened? Article came out. Intel predicts Apple to split.
That was this year or next year?
Next year.
Next year, yeah.
Yep.
So that'd be
Yeah, I remember when the A chips first came out, the A1, A2 started coming out, and I'm like, you know what? Apple's, and this was years ago, I said, Apple's pulling away from Intel. Right here, and this is exactly what they're doing. They're making it work on the cell phones, and they're making it work on the iPads, and then they'll go on their computer system will go back, and Intel will go away.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the...
So, it's not a bad time.
Here's the other thing on the... you were talking about the grocery store. What happens when big data gets a hold of the fact that I buy too many Twinkies and I can't get health care now?
Yep.
True. They're going to sell.
That's exactly what's happening.
Sell that data
okay,
right
so
to the insurance companies.
So here we go. So let's see. If you now we've been saying this for a while. If you do the DNA test, now you're giving yourself you're giving the government all the information, which will trickle down to the insurance companies, right? And they're going to go, hey, you know, you're in line for heart attacks or you're in line for cancers. We're not going to insure you anymore, right? And then you're going to get the grocery stores now that are showing your buying habits. You got Amazon. Right, so check this out. I thought about this the other day. So if you're sitting there, and you know we're all legally, in your life, you're supposed to be allowed to
do whatever you want,
clean your crap up. So you do a bankruptcy.
Right.
Okay. I'm not saying run out tomorrow and go do bankruptcy, but okay. But we're supposed to be allowed to do one or two, at least one a year, right? So if Amazon and these grocery stores track your purchases, and your credit card company starts saying, hey, by the way, these people they're really overbuying, blah, blah. So when you go to try to file bankruptcy, they can say, well, actually, we went back and looked, your spending habits, you were setting yourself up for this, so no, you're just an idiot, and no, we're not going to allow you to do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's so many aspects of our life that can be controlled and then thrown back into our government, to our pay system, that eventually they're just going to say you're a moron, you shouldn't breathe.
Well, look at China. There was a number of people who couldn't buy plane tickets because their social scores were too low.
Exactly.
In China. And
the Chinese are now tracking chickens so that you can know where they came from.
Well, that's okay.
And how they were. No, they are. They're putting tracking collars on chickens because people want to know.
Did they come from?
Where'd my chicken come from?
Yeah.
What did it do? Was it one of those that you just left in a warehouse somewhere and you fed it till it got fat and you killed it, or was it free range, or did it have its shots? Did it have this? Did it have that? Okay, first of all, I don't want to be that intimate with my chicken.
No.
I just want to grab it. I'll kill it myself. I grew up that way. So killing a chicken is not a big deal to me. I just want to better get a chicken, and I want to better feather it, clean it, and eat it.
And then they got the guys that got the software blockers that go ahead and say, yes, this chicken's been kept perfectly clean and cared for every year for a good chicken. But in the meantime, we go ahead and do what we want. That's $15,000, but it's guaranteed to get you twice the money.
And when people go, that can't happen, go talk to Volkswagen.
Exactly.
Go talk to Volkswagen. They have 300,000 cars sitting in Arizona right now that they can't. They're thinking of. They don't know if they're going to resell or not. So that. But like the other person was saying with the security stuff, that's a big thing. Now I think that we're like GoDaddy, for instance. I'm working on a client site and they were like, this doesn't have an SSL certificate, and I'm like, well, you're not. You just your site is a brochure. It's not really.
Yeah, you're not taking payment.
You're not taking any information from people,
Right.
But it's one of those type of things where GoDaddy and some of these other providers are telling you if you have these couple of things, you're good. Like WooCommerce and GoDaddy are like, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You got an SSL certificate, and it's no problem. You can give those credit cards all day long. Well. no. That's the technology behind it.
I can't believe GoDaddy would say that.
Really?
You leave my GoDaddy alone. GoDaddy, I love GoDaddy.
I love GoDaddy too.
I pick on my GoDaddy.
However,
now HostGator, you can hammer on all day long.
Well, GoDaddy in their marketing and their customer service is second to none.
Their customer service, bro, is off the charts.
But their marketing of like the SSL certificate, and they need to sell. Here's Erik's marketing guy. They excuse me, I'm all choked up.
Don't cry, man. Don't cry. Stop it.
They need to sell they need to market a security suite. Instead of just the SSL certificate will save your life. It may save you from court fees if someone sues you.
Right.
But it's really not going to be as secure. There's other stuff you can do on your servers and everything else, and they can do. They should sell a security suite and then monetize it and go, yeah, it's $40 a month or something, but you really should have this. Then it's a better rounded.
Well, look at Google and all them. They're sitting there destroying the ranking just because of it, also too.
Right.
So they're kind of like, well, you got to have it here, and then Google's like, well, you need it, or else we're not going to really.
And that's the problem. Okay, so with, like, say, take WeBeam TV, where you're watching this wonderful TV show right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't carry an SSL. Why? Because I don't take credit cards. I don't hold anybody's information.
Right.
It's just pure OD. Just watch. No one's doing transactional stuff on our site. So when I first moved over to GoDaddy, the first thing I said, do I need an SSL for this? They're like, why? Same thing. You don't need that.
You don't need that. Yeah.
I said, so if I ever start giving stuff away or if I start taking payments, they said, well, yeah, but are you going to handle the transaction, or are you going to be like everybody else and goes to a third party that they're going to handle all of it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm going to let them handle it. Then no, you don't need an SSL.
Yeah, but it says non-secure.
Right. Yeah, because and a lot of because we host.
Somebody needs money.
We still host a couple of websites, and people will go, when they go to their cPanel, they get this is not secure, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, that's meant to scare you.
Yeah.
I said, and you know what? It should scare you. And they're like, what do you mean? Because you don't want people going in places where they're not supposed to be. But unless you're taking credit cards, unless you're holding information, stuff like that, unless you're taking forms that have got pertinent information like Social Security numbers and addresses and date of birth, so you don't have to worry about it.
And as a ranking factor, it's a good idea. It won't kill you. For all the people who are like, I gotta have that or whatever. Yeah, it's $100. You should if you have
a year.
Yeah,
$100 a year.
If you have
not lifetime, by the way.
Spend that money because it's kind of one of the nickels that gets thrown in the Google well of ranking. However, you want to, if you're really going to get dinged, they're going to ding you for speed and they're going to ding you for your mobile sucking and your mobile experience sucking.
Right.
Then they'll ding you like number 10 down is that SSL certificate of being secure.
Well, and it's like Mike and Rusty both said, it's another way for them to push who is info that it's accurate.
Yeah, true.
Instead of trying to hide these websites and stuff like that. Yeah. So I get it. It's if you buy from a web person that does a massive amount of real work, then the $99 gets knocked down to, I think Rusty said $67. I think I can actually get through GoDaddy right now. If one of my clients wanted one, it's like $55.
Yeah, you can do it. I get them for I have bulk.
You buy a bulk.
So I get them for $40 or so. It's not horrible, but and I always put them on my clients' websites just because. But it's one of those things that if you've got a blog or whatever,
you don't need it.
Don't.
Oh, now I had a person comment the other day said they want to SSL my site. I want to WCC it. Or the web check on the bottom.
Oh, for the
yeah. I'm like, well, good luck with that. I'll put you in touch with the people you need to touch me because I don't do that stuff. I'm not a web guy.
Well, those are things that are useful. Because the other part of it is the cookies and the you don't want to get sued and things like that. But it's one of those that where are you on your on your platforms?
Right.
You need that. I've got.
Do you need it or do you not need it?
Yeah.
And you're right. In Google, it's like, oh, you must be SSL now, blah, 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 blah. Go away.
It's a ranking factor, but it really depends on your site. I like I said, as a normal process, we put those on customer sites. But as you know, I've got a couple of friends who are like, I want to start selling, you know, or cookies or whatever. Yeah, you got to have it if you're selling stuff. But it's like, I want to talk about gardening. Well, you don't, you know, unless you're.
I think you know, there's some stuff that we do that we'll take donations and stuff like that on our site, but we push everybody. We push everybody to Square. We have a Square store.
Oh yeah.
Let Square take care of it. I don't have to worry about it. I don't want to sell directly from our site ever.
Yeah.
You know, we are. I mean, we are coming up with a new thing though, for like the nerd talk. So you can actually become. I don't know if I think my shirt's in the way. But we have a clock over here that that we found. It's really cool, and it's a really nice piece of artwork that we've contracted with the guy to make more for us, and we're going to make Nerd Talk clocks, right? So for people to become a nerdite, right? So hashtag nerdite for $50 a year, right? Or one time in $50 a year, you get a clock.
Oh no way!
You get your nerdite card, and you get hashtag I'm a nerdite for your car.
I like that.
So we get a little package put together. But again, we're gonna that'll be sold off site. It won't be handled through the website itself.
Yeah, I'm totally in.
Oh, you really?
Oh,
You'll be a nerdite?
I will be the first. I want that clock. Every time I come into the studio, I look at this cool clock, and it's like a Death Star clock. So I want that.
Yeah, the battery died in it.
That's okay.
But yeah, so yeah, we've contracted with the guy to make. We've got those. We have a Stormtrooper mask, which is really cool, and then we have a Millennium Falcon. And then he's going to make a nerd talk clock, and he's going to make a WeBeam TV clock.
Oh, cool!
Yeah,
right.
And he has the machines that do all that stuff.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Because I don't, I thought to myself, I could just buy a laser etcher and do it myself. And I'm thinking to myself, what? No, yeah, I'm not doing Etsy. Etsy, you know, here, so like websites. When you go to Etsy, you lose your, you don't own complete copyright of your product. Yep. Same thing with Patreon. Everybody goes and they do Patreon. Patreon, you lose percentage of your copyright. You don't own the product 100%, which to me is crap.
So that's like I like these marketplaces, you know,
Oh yeah,
like people don't really understand how Amazon really works.
No,
truthfully, they don't understand. Like Newegg did the same thing. They have a Newegg marketplace.
Yeah,
you're not really buying your products from Amazon. 9 times out of 10, you're not buying your products.
It's a pass-through.
Yeah, they're a pass-through. They're just the shipping company and the company that's putting somebody else's stuff out there.
Yeah,
so if you have an issue with the product,
Amazon is your marketing company.
Yeah, that's all they are.
And
Newegg does the same thing. They have a marketplace. You go in there. Back in the day, you used to be able to just buy, and you knew it was shipped and brought to you by Newegg. Now you don't know who you're getting it from, and if you have an issue with a warranty, good luck. Because now,
I've got an issue with the warranty right now. We bought, through Amazon, we bought some lavaliers.
Oh.
And they're not working. Yeah. They're noisy as hell. So now, we sent them back the first time, and then we got the new ones in, and they started working, and then now all of a sudden they're failing. So it's like...
These are lavalier microphones, by the way.
No, these are headsets.
I mean, they're headsets, but they're like lavaliers are the little ones, not the big things.
Yeah, we don't. But I don't do the overhead. That's to me, it doesn't work.
But like the markmarketplaces and stuff like that. That's a big thing with,
Yeah, you don't even know who you're buying from anymore.
I was just.
It's a reverse eBay.
I was just on. I was just on an unboxing, and. It was, I went in to kind of help someone with their studio, and they bought a bunch of iPhone 8s.
Really?
They spent $3,000, and they got a bunch of them. And it was awesome, because there were rocks in them.
Ah! No way.
What happens is when the scammers, they go on eBay, and when they ship the weight, they look at the weight. So it was 14 pounds and 4 ounces or whatever it was. So that weight was correct for those specific things, but they were rocks inside those.
Rocks.
And there was a whole, because each one of them had serial numbers and everything else. And basically they were broken phones. But, if you send someone a broken phone on eBay, then they can show you the broken phone and go, these guys sent me a broken phone. If you send rocks, then they can say, they sent these rocks, and you go, no, you didn't. Here's the serial numbers on all these phones, and they were fine.
And they
were
on the boxes. Yeah, really easy to reseal.
And here's a picture, and whatever it was, you know that. So that was $3,000. Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah. Well, here's the scam, and I'll tell people the current scam is to sell these phones, and each phone has the serial number on the back. Well, those are pretty easily photoshopped. Because if you buy broken phones, you can Photoshop the number on an okay-looking phone, and the cover, this says that it looks okay, and then you send rocks, and you send that serial number, and the boxes are acceptable. The boxes, they took pictures of the boxes, and so when eBay goes, hey, they're disputing these charges, you send them a handful of pictures that says, oh no, we sent them this, we sent them this, we sent them this, and here's the stuff. And they go, okay, thanks. Here's your $3,000.
And now, Erik just explained the whole process, and I am not buying a phone on eBay now.
No.
Thank you, because now everybody knows the whole process.
I wouldn't buy a phone off of eBay anyway.
I wouldn't either.
the process, the problem is that it's pretty prevalent. And so that's in a number of things. I've ordered lenses and things like this, and you know, it's always kind of a crapshoot on, you know, especially with new sellers. You know, it's like, you know, eBay used to be that platform for, I want to get rid of my old things, and now it's a platform for, you know, people who are, you know, have stores on. That was what they were trying to encourage. But every once in a while, you get, hey, I'm a medical student, and I'm selling my phone for money, and I need help, and I'll take whatever you'll give me. And, you know, because they're a new seller, and they don't have reviews. Well, those are the type of things that people fall for a lot, because they're like, oh, I'm going to get a good deal because this guy needs me. Yeah, that's a standard thing. And the problem is right now, it's like, if I go through an eBay store and they have really good reviews, there's some ways that you can set it up so that you can show really good reviews by shipping junk. And so there's ways of gaming the system, but that's the thing. Like you said, there's a marketplace, and you're really buying through other people, and you're not
exactly.
You know, the technology is such that, you know, Amazon is a big marketing company, but just like you, if you have problems, you're not necessarily dealing.
No, I'm just going to drive to your house.
Well,
I don't care where you live. I'll find you.
That's my attitude on a lot of those things. Is like,
go ahead, send me some rocks, because when I show up to your house, I'm going to make you eat them rocks.
Well, that's like you know, that's like the Craigslist type of stuff. At least Craigslist, I can go to someone's house, and you know, and if I have to come back,
I can find you can't hide from me. I just got news for you. I got people. I got people. If I can't find you, I got people that can find you, and I will find you.
I got some people.
I will literally go out of my way to make your life a living hell. Yes, I'm the guy that will burn your house down with you in it.
I actually
saying.
I bought a.
I'm old tech.
No, you have to check. I actually bought a fairly expensive camera piece on eBay, and it was from Hong Kong. And I actually found the guy whose camera shop it was before thing, and we actually did a Skype with his son before I would give him the $3,800 or whatever it is. It was for a lens.
Oh, okay.
It was you know, it was a nice piece of glass, but it was for a medium format camera. But yeah, it was. I actually had a Skype with this kid who barely spoke English, but he was like, "This is it."
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we got about 3 minutes left, not even.
Okay.
So, but this has been good. Well, so we completely went off the tangent.
Yeah, we went off the rails here.
But that's okay. That's today. We'll go. It's because it was all about control, you know.
Yeah.
And how much, you know, we think we're in control of our lives. Oh, we are so not in control of our lives.
What do you think the best way to just break away from your technology is?
The best way?
Prison.
What has ever worked the best for you?
Oh, just turn it off.
Okay, you know what's worked for me? Believe it or not? Going on a cruise. Hey, who wants to pay those internet plans? Nobody can. You can't go use your tech in other countries. Boom. It's out of your hands.
I went on a cruise, and I still made one cell phone call.
So you're going on a cruise, aren't you? Hey. Just show off.
I know, show off. Hey, what are you doing soon?
Going on a cruise.
Yeah, there you go.
So we should do a Tech Shamans cruise. You should,
Yes,
you should do that.
Yes.
Could you imagine 4 days of people sitting around listening to us talk?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Not just
people would be jumping off the freaking rails.
Yeah, and then not only that, we wouldn't be able to stream anything. That'd be great.
But we could record it.
Yeah.
We would record it and we wouldn't be able to do anything.
Actually, I got news for you. Let me tell you about how wrong you are.
Okay, well, we know we could stream it.
All right, yeah, I was like, we can because
do we want to pay to stream it?
We were on a cruise, and then we were The Walking Dead was coming back. It was a mid-season thing.
Okay, yeah.
And so we literally begged, borrowed, stealed, and I had someone from the studio at that point in time illegally grab and then send it. We streamed it through our system, and then so we could all watch.
That's so funny.
That's great.
So it can be done. Yeah,
I like it.
It's rough, but it can be done. Yeah, so that could, because as much as the internet, as much as the crews want you to pay that $200 or $50, whatever it is, their internet sucks.
Yeah.
But you get a gig.
No. Yeah, you go. So if you got questions on tech that we've not covered, techshamans@webeamtv.com. Email us. Let us know.
Or tell us what to cover in the next couple of segments. I'd love to hear. We'll do research. We'll get all nerdy. Yeah. We'll talk to people in the industry.
Yeah, if you got a product out there that we need to look at.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll take a look at stuff.
Yeah, let us know
if you want even to review a product that you want to go and buy, or we'll check it out.
We'll check it out.
We can get enough people that we can. Have it. If you want us to check stuff out, we're happy to do it.
Right.
So.
That's what we're here for. Because if you leave it all up to us, we're going to talk about stuff we think is cool.
And no one is willing to sponsor us, so it's like we'll tell you the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't care.
Of course, if Microsoft wants to get me some e-services, I have no problem on servicing. Hey, Microsoft is awesome.
Yeah, hey, Samsung is great. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, why not?
Hi, Apple.
Hi, Apple.
Hi, Apple. Hi, Apple. Don't buy HP. It's a piece of crap.
No.
So.
Oh no. HP business class.
Yes,
they're very good.
Are they really?
Yes, they're very good.
Really?
Yes.
We'll have to.
It's not the same as consumer.
Okay.
You don't see failing motherboards on a consistent basis and stuff like that when it comes to the business class.
Really?
All right. So with that being said, we'll see everybody Thursday at 11 a.m., not p.m. because that's past your bedtime, and we will talk to everybody later.
Yep. See ya.
Shamans, we understand cause we are the Tech Shamans.
Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome, yeah.
Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans.
Cool.